and welcome to video 4, all about positive disruption. Now, I may or may not have had disruptive influence on my school report when I was younger, so I decided to reframe that and rebrand it into positive disruption. Because I'm a natural born disruptor, but I am doing positive disruption because I'm interrupting those negative mindsets and limiting stories that I tell myself and that you tell yourself as well. The thing is, your brain is a liar, right? It wants to keep you safe, but you can't always trust your own thoughts and feelings because it's kind of pandered by whether we think we're good enough or not, and experiences that have happened to us that have told us, oh no, people like you don't do things like that. And it gets in the way. Sometimes we've got to go with facts over feelings, and you've got to put your own thoughts and feelings aside and work on the truth about yourself. And that is what this video is about, my friend, because we are going to get real about you. One of my gigs that I did just before COVID, actually, I was flown to Rome and I stayed in this amazing hotel. That's where the conference was, overlooking the Vatican. But the restaurant had a water menu. I had a real issue with that, but it had a water menu. Very, very exclusive. And there were chief marketing officers of Snapchat and Twitter. It was just huge people, huge venue, huge everything. And coming back from dinner, it sort of dawned on me that the next morning I was going to get up and walk down this 50-foot runway, which was the stage, and deliver my keynote. And I got a little bit of sick came up in the back of my mouth. And I was in the lift with a friend, the prophet Gemma Greaves, who I confided in by saying, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm really scared. I'm panicking and I'm really struggling to calm down. And she said, Jazz, imagine there are two pots. One is full of your own thoughts and feelings. The other is full with evidence and data about yourself. Which one is true? And I was like, why are we talking about pots? I'm breaking down here. But obviously, thoughts and feelings. That's what I think and I feel. That's the truth. This is what other people think of me. Well, they don't know me. I know the truth. And she said, but is it? And I talk about this all the time because I always make it imagine you're in a murder investigation. You're prosecuting and you've got two options of evidence. The first option is CCTV. CCTV? You know, the video. CCTV, you got a signed confession that the victim scrawled the email address of the murderer in the ground. You were there. There's a confession. Just everything, right? Everything tangible. And on this side, you've got Maureen from accounts. And she says, I always thought he was dodgy. I want to go like that. Like my nan used to watch Les Dawson and he would always dress as a woman and go, which women never do. But I always want to, anyway. So you've got Maureen from accounts versus this massive amount of evidence. Which one are you going to go with? Now, in this case, we'd say the evidence. Possibly Maureen from accounts has got a thought and a feeling. That's not going to get us a conviction because it's not strong enough as the truth. What we think and feel, of course, is true. But sometimes what we think and feel is not the truth about us. Because we'll say things like, I'm just I can't, people like me don't. And all those narratives from your experiences, from your race and your gender and your where you grew up and your heroes and your education and all of that has all come into one kind of big bundle and gives you a narrative about yourself, which you get to choose whether it's going to be their story or your story. I'm not talking about starting a revolution. I'm talking about being honest. And the honest thing is the truth about you. That's what I want you to stand on. The truth about yourself. Not some filtered soundbite or story or worry or just downright lie. And that is my promise. This is hard. I find this hard. My promise is I will stand on the truth about myself. And that's tricky. The truth about you. I grew up in the 1970s, a brown girl in a white family. Okay, that had all sorts of connotations. Also female at a time where sexism was rife, it was just the norm everywhere. And you didn't challenge it in the way that we challenge it today. Also, I was in foster care. So I'd been in foster care. I was abused by my own parents. I had a lot of narratives around people like you don't do things like this. No, I was in a youth group when I was 14. Everyone had been pregnant apart from me at that stage. I was used to being the odd one out and the freak, but I constantly felt like I was an imposter. That's because my brain is telling me, my thoughts and feelings are telling me, and sometimes you've got to go with fact over feeling. And I hate that because I am a total feeler, but it's the truth. So that's my challenge to you. I want your commitment, your positive disruption, 10% braver promise to be the same as mine. I will stand on the truth about myself, but you're going to find out the truth. And this is how. I want you to text 5 friends. Find 5 people, go to your phone and find 5 people that you trust, and you're going to send them all the same text. And that text is, please, will you tell me the truth about myself? That's all you're going to ask them. Don't coach them, tell them to talk about your hair or anything. Just, please, will you tell me the truth about myself? When you get those answers back, you're going to choose whether you're going to go on your own thoughts and feelings or on the evidence and data that is presented towards you by someone you trust. The next time you feel like you're not good enough, you're going to choose, do I go on my own thoughts and feelings or do I go on the evidence and data? And I know this is difficult, so I have done it first. I've asked 5 of my friends to give me the truth about myself, and this is a dangerous thing because I trust these people, but we have brutal honesty as a shared value. So I haven't looked at them yet, and I'm going to open them now, and I'm going to read them now to you. So the first one is from Stu. He's my heart. The truth about you is that you set yourself on a relentless mission to bring positivity and emotional resilience to those who really need it. When considering what you've been through, you should be dead. That is the truth about me. That is the truth. Okay, so Dane, thank you, Dane. Dane says, you are a joy bomb, fiercely confronting everyone in your path on the truth of who they are in love that's around them, whether they see it or not. Yes, that is the truth about me. God, I mean, it's hard because I want that to be, and it's aspirational, and then believing it, that comes from someone I trust. It must be true and I can't question it, and that's the truth. Here's Leslie. The truth about you is that your heart is as big and soft as a moon, and underneath that sassy, seen and experienced it all exterior, which is real, lies the softest, warmest, most loving sweetheart. That is the truth. That is the truth about me. That's the truth about me. Do you see how difficult it is? I want to justify it, or I want to give myself an out. That's the truth about me. That is the truth about me. Thank you, Leslie. Okay, Stefan has sent me a text. He says, the truth about you is truth. Truth to yourself, truth to others, and future-proofing yourself to affect life in the way that only a trailblazer can. You are your own unique being, and to share that for the greatest good of others, quite frankly, deserves a damehood. There's fun too. Don't forget the barrels of laughter I carry away with me, having seen you, that get cracked open in the darkest moments. You are my lovely and intergalactic caped superhero. And the last one is from my husband, who has written a long message, not much of which is appropriate to share. It's for me, but I'm going to pick out the bit here. You, my baby, have the most phenomenal ability to pivot in the face of challenge, and that is why you are my princess. That is the truth about me. Stefan, that is the truth about me. Leslie, that is the truth about me. Dane, that is the truth about me. Stu, that is the truth about me. I accept that and I own it. That is the truth about me. That is your challenge this week. So write your post-it. Put it on your post-it. But I want you to ask your friends why they are friends with you, what the truth about you is. And I want you to choose to stand on it, as painful as it is, as counterintuitive as it is, as much as you want to say, do you know what? Yeah, but this, own it. You're not just anything, you're you. So own your own story, own your own excellence. No one else is going to write that for you. As my nan says, there's plenty of people out there ready to slag you off. Don't be one of them. Stand on the truth about who you are, because that, my friend, that is what brings together fighting fear, being a mistake artist, being a resilience ninja, being a positive disruptor, and will take you a lot further than 10% braver. Now go be the human that you are designed to be, and not the human that the world says you have to be, because that is not your story. You are the author of your own story. And that story is one of how brave you are. Boom! So take it, own it, and work it out, baby. I just feel like I want to dance because I got to the end of the video.